Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The shooting incidents that took place yesterday on Remembrance Day in Devonshire and Sandys Parish caused serious injury to 4 people and could easily have injured or killed others. The public is quite rightly outraged at the callous actions of the criminals involved in firing bullets into groups of innocent people, with reckless disregard for those who might have been killed or injured. Outrage is the appropriate reaction to such despicable crimes, and now it is time for those who know something to say something. Our community must respond by helping the police to catch and convict these criminals. There are but a few offenders who present such a threat to the safety of us all. These criminal acts cannot and should not be condoned. You can be assured that the Bermuda Police Service will use every lawful power available to bring offenders to justice, suppress the violence, and take opportunity to prevent current tensions from escalating. These enforcement activities will likely inconvenience many of us, and I apologize for that. And I ask for your patience and support as we do everything we can to disrupt these few among us who seem hell-bent on violence. We cannot allow these persons to shoot one day and walk amongst us the next. This cannot happen. The Bermuda Police Service has a good track record of successful prosecutions, but we must have information to assist in investigations. Together, we can make Bermuda safer by rooting out these few criminals. To the communities affected by these cowardly acts, it is understandable that you are outraged. I'm outraged. I can only reiterate that if you know something, say something. It's essential to our investigation. Over the course of the next few days, you will see an influx of police officers in uniform within your neighborhoods, going door to door. This is to provide you with relevant information, and in addition, hopefully obtain information that you may have in relation to the 2 shootings or any other suspicious activity. This cannot and will not be condoned. At this time, I will hand over to Mr. Greenidge to answer any questions that you may have.
Mr. Greenidge, in relation to the 4 injured parties from last night, can you give us an update on the condition that they are in? Are they still in hospital?
Yeah, all of the 4 victims from last night, 3 are still at KEMH and 1 has been released. And as Mr. Howard said earlier, their injuries are not life-threatening.
Are you in a position to provide any further information about the age of these victims?
No, not at this point. No.
With this incident and another one at the National Sports Center, is there a possibility of a ceasefire in the upcoming days?
Mr. Howard.
When you say ceasefire, could you get a little more specific as to what you mean?
In the past, there was a call for a ceasefire, and I deemed that was somewhat successful. Is there a chance that that will become again?
Well, the Bermuda Police Service does have a suppression strategy that we'll be using. A lot of things in it are very similar to that of a ceasefire. I'm going to assume you're talking about the Boston ceasefire and the ceasefire everyone's talking about. We've had parts of that strategy implemented in our gang strategy for a few years. The answer to your question is yes. So what I'm going to say, and this is for those that are out there committing the criminal acts, we are coming for you. Plain and simple. The community is coming for you. We are tired. I am tired. We are tired of this. I would like to be able to take my daughter to a football game. She's never been to one because of this cowardly acts of people shooting. So we're coming for you. If you have anything outstanding and we can legally come for you, we're coming for you. So be aware. Be made aware. We are coming.
And there seemed to be an increase in presence of police vehicles on the road before the incident. Was there any indication that this was about to happen, or were there any tip to some degree?
Well, the answer to that question is plain. We've had, once we have social events, sporting events of this nature, we tend to look to see who is participating in these events, and depending on who's present, we look at the crowd, and we would have the appropriate police response and presence for that particular event. In this for yesterday's incidents, we did put certain mechanisms in place, primarily because of the two teams that were playing. We have a proactive response, and we had a proactive response yesterday. And then we also had a reactive response in case there were, any antisocial behavior that occurred yesterday, and we responded appropriately to it yesterday evening.
Can you confirm whether any arrests have been made so far?
No arrests are being made at this point, no, sir.
Given where these incidents took place, the sporting venues, will the police be reviewing the way they police these events in future?
Well, like every incident has occurred, we tend to review everything that has happened to see how we can best improve our police, the way we police the community. So this is nothing new to how we respond to antisocial behavior. And of course, that will be in conjunction with the sporting bodies. We will sit down and have some conversations with them and see how we can best deal with incidents such as these.
In Europe, the video camera has saved countless lives and countless destruction. Been looking at soccer hooliganism. Is there a plan in Bermuda to record people coming and going, the participants and spectators of these games?
I think you're talking about Europe, and you're talking about cameras and saving lives. Once you have a certain segment of this community, the criminal segment of this community that are hell-bent on antisocial behavior, what a camera will do is probably record what they've done. But at the end of the day, it depends on how we proactively deal with it, how we react to it, and the assistance from members of the community. These criminals continue to walk among us. They attend the games, they're living next to us, and we're continuing to condone the behavior that is happening right now. And like Mr. Howard said, it has to stop. So the cameras is just one mechanism or one tool that we can use and consider. But there will be some very hard-line policing that will be coming in the next few days, that we will separate the men from the mice. Just that simple.
Just last night, obviously, it was said that one of the lines of inquiry would be investigating whether these two incidents are linked. It's been 12 hours, maybe a little bit more has passed now. Are you able to say whether they are linked? Have you found any evidence to suggest that there is a link there?
Obviously, I wouldn't discuss that at a press conference or reveal that to the public, but I reiterated last night that we are not going to rule out anything in relation to this. If it is linked, then it gives us a better opportunity to investigate. But we will investigate both incidents professionally and zealously in order to first of all establish who committed these acts, and then to put our efforts into putting them before the court. That's our intention.
So, I'd just like to leave the public with this. The Bermuda Police Service, along with Department of Prosecutions and other agencies, have a really good racket when it comes to putting these kinds of people before the courts and having them convicted. Trust us to do our job. Trust us to do our job. Trust us to bring those people to justice. Again, I'm just reiterating, if you saw something, say something, because that will help our investigation. They cannot be allowed to walk amongst us as if they just can do whatever it is they want to do. Say something. Let's put these guys, and girls if it's girls, behind bars so we can enjoy football games, so that we can enjoy cricket games, so that we can go to our community clubs, so that I can bring my daughter to a football game, one that she's never seen. That's what we need to do. Get this criminal element off the street. It's coming. We're coming for you.